Proton Store is the best place to get TCGO codes online with instant email delivery. They already have Darkness Ablaze available in bundles of 50 codes, single codes, and the pre-release promo box. What are you waiting for? Make sure you use Tablemon code for 5% off your final purchase when you're checking out. MillibotsGaming.com is the best place for you to find all the Darkness Ablaze singles you might need for your upcoming decks. Any alternatives, anything you need, make sure you get it at Millibots Gaming, and when you're checking out, make sure you use Tablemon code for 5% off your final purchase.
Tablemon.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another stream. I was getting very tilted in the previous stream, so I had to end it early, but I do need to record a bunch. I will be taking a vacation towards the end of the month, and so I need to make sure I have content every single day over on all the social medias so that I can go in peace to my vacation. And therefore we're gonna I feel like this deck definitely is quite underrated at this point. It ended up getting top 8 at the first online Limitless tournament, which had almost 200 players. So there's definitely merit to this deck, and Lapras VMAX has a lot of potential since Gmax Pump does 90 damage plus 30 more for each water energy, and there's no ceiling to that damage, right? There is absolutely no ceiling. You can have as many energies attached and you can get 1 KOs. It's the VMAX that can 1 KO other Pokemon. Yes, it takes a lot, right? A lot of resources, a lot of energies. You need 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 3 is 24 plus 90. You need 9 energy attached, right? 9 energy attached to 1 KO the VMAXs. Yeah, 360, that's 360. So you need 9 energy, which is a lot, but it's doable, right? You have the potential to do it. And even if the first Lapras VMAX gets 2 hit KOs, then the second you can build up to the 1 KOs with the second VMAX. We also have this Lapras to deal with to deal with the CDI and Altaria. Hydro Pump does 10 damage plus 30 more for each energy attached to this Pokemon, so you can get 1 KOs. You're not weak to grass, so you can tank 2 hits, which is really cool. So pretty good card to have. And then we have our 3/3 Frosmoth line to set up the ice dance and make sure we can attach as many energy as we can. We have a bunch of Pokemon search with the quick balls to Pokecoms and the Evolution Incense. We also have 4 of the buckets. Capacious, I can never pronounce that properly. Capacious Bucket gets you 2 energies from your deck, and then you can immediately attach them. And then you have the Dedenne and Crobat for support, along with switches, along with Air Balloons, and a bunch of supporters. So no reset stamp in this deck, so my opponents can't get out of reset stamp off of 0 or 1 card hands, as they have been doing against me lately. And yeah, I forgot to update the deck viewer, so I'll try and get that going as soon as I finish this game. I definitely forgot, and not the best, not the worst. I feel like I'm gonna start with this Lapras just to get some sort of like protection. This like ADP, confusing ADP could be good. Okay, but it's dual of the VMAXs, right? Dual of the water VMAXs. Is Lapras a better option then? Until in VMAX, it's definitely a different approach, right? It's certainly a different approach based on the fact that this guy like snipes the bench, slows down the energy attachments, whereas Lapras is just pure raw damage output. Right. There's a Jirachi for my opponent. Put back the Zigzagoon. So, I mean, I have damage 1 kill potential, my opponent doesn't. So hopefully that means we have some sort of advantage. Hopefully that means we get some sort of advantage through that, right? They don't even 2-hit KO the VMAX if we don't get if they don't get previous. Well, I guess they do actually. I guess they do. Honestly, threatening the 2-hit KO seems pretty solid. I have a lot of, like, I have essentially free attachments. Awkward hand, that's for sure. Yeah, awkward hand. Gonna go for a Crobat for 4. Virtually can't set up this Snom here. I could wait until next turn and Crobat for 6, but I definitely think I need to do this. And we're gonna start with the dead draws. Yeah, good job, Paolo. Alright, so we applied a little bit of pressure. Probably should have played the bucket to decrease my chance of taking water. Should have played that bucket. Small oversight on my part. Small oversight on my part. There's the Guru, there's the attachment. I would love to see another Marnie from my opponent. That's not that impactful, honestly. I mean, it does mean I have to dedicate another attachment to the Jirachi. And we do get Marnie. Thank you. That is very kind. That is actually very kind. I am very happy with that. Okay, well, we're gonna lose 2 buckets, but I get a research. I'm happy with that deal. I am genuinely happy with that deal. There's the Intellion V. Let's see the Stellar Wish. Gets the Pokegum. He can start pressuring me, right? With the VMAX. I wouldn't mind dedicating another attachment to the Lapras to get this KO. As long as, right? As long as I am able to bench a Snom. Well, given this, I need to actually bench 2 Snoms right now. I need to actually bench 2 Snoms. Because otherwise, if I bench just 1, then it just gets sniped, potentially. Okay. That's actually pretty nice because now I get to confuse him, right? Now I actually get to confuse him, which is really, really good. They get no advantage of that yet. Okay. Clutch Stadium indeed, Geyser Beam. Clutch Stadium. Okay. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and use it. So I'm in a little bit of a conundrum though, because if I bench double Snom, I don't have space for a Crobat. If I hit for 40, that's not super impactful. Like, I wouldn't mind my opponent taking a price here, I guess. This is tough. This is actually tough, because my Crobat will not be that impressive, right? The Crobat will certainly not be very impressive. So do I just confuse him and hope that he doesn't have energy? Not super happy about that, but I guess I'll do it. Like, off of this, he needs to... It's just like, even with double Snom, I would Crobat for like 2, right? Oof, I need him to flip tails. I need him to flip tails. He did have the energy. Yes, let's go. I needed to get lucky. Yeah, I absolutely need to. Oh, well, I didn't know I was gonna top deck that, right? But now this is a completely different story. Now this is a completely different story. Now I get to evolve. Now I get to use my VMAX, which is pretty fantastic. Get to power up on the bench, bunch of energies. Oof. That was actually like close, but I felt like it was a calculated risk, right? Like it felt like I needed to do that. Okay, I have 3 retreat costs, so that thing's gonna stay there probably. Well, okay, so with 6 energies, 6 times 3 is 18 plus 9. I could actually dig for the KO. This might just be game. So I can still Dedenne change, right? I absolutely can still Dedenne change. And okay, my opponent just decides to give up. I feel like I was going to get the 1 KO. It was an educated risk, right? First off, he needed the energy, which we didn't know if they had or not. And they did. But then they needed to flip heads. So the chances of success of that play were actually higher than 50%. Whether it was like 51% or even like much higher, depending on what my opponent had in hand, right? That we don't know. That we don't know. Something that I could have done, right, was not replace the stadium, because then my opponent would not have been able to threaten my Snom. So the stadium was a good top deck in the sense that it helped me counter and helped me confuse him, but it was also bad because I actually would have preferred not to draw it, right? Confuse him by attaching the second energy, and then even if he had the energy, he still needed a counter stadium on top. But because I drew it and I didn't want that thing to stick, maybe it wasn't the best play to play it, actually. Maybe it wasn't the best play to play it. Okay. We're up against ADP, right? We're up against ADP, probably a bad matchup for this. You would assume it's a bad matchup unless you somehow get a KO on ADP on turn 2, which is possible, right? Possible. Definitely have a decent hand to try and go for it. Well, by decent, like we have a research, right? And we set up a Snom, so that's kind of good. Oh, nice. Nice Snom right there. Ooh, so does that change my play? So I have a bunch of energies and I can attach energy to myself with the body serve and then send myself to the bench. And I have the VMAX, or I have the Frosmoth. No, I still think I just research here, just to give myself more options. Okay, this is looking mighty nice, I would say. I'll bench the other Snom, and then I'll go body serve, and I will switch into the Snom, because I can just manually attach to the Snom, retreat, and I have the other Frosmoth. So I don't need to worry about finding a switch or an Air Balloon, right? And then this gets me Frosmoth, then I research, and I still have access to the Dedenne and Crobat potentially. ADP hammers, very nice. Okay, goes for a research, needs balloon plus water, or switching card plus water, which is not difficult for this deck to get. The middle saucer being down is good news. Being down for energies is definitely not great. Definitely not great. Benching that and playing that to start off from the research is kind of a good indicator that my opponent didn't get the water, but you would expect him to continue to dig here, right? Okay, Duraludon, Andaranguru, and Crushing Hammers. This is definitely far from a standard looking OP deck, right? And there we go. Oh no. Oh. Alright. So my opponent will knock out my Snom. Oh my god. And found another Crushing Hammer. Oh my god. And flip heads. Nice. Nice. And knocks out my poor Snom. Well, I mean, this is better than getting wrecked by this is better than them using the GX attack, right? This is definitely better than them using the GX attack. And hey Ian, I am doing well, thank you. How about yourself? How are you doing? Wow, I prized 2 Frosmoths. I actually prized 2 Frosmoths. Okay, so let's just go ahead and Ice Dance to the bench. And we'll go ahead and research, 5 energy down, but I do have my stadiums and I have my buckets, and very nice. Very, very nice. This is looking pretty good so far. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and evolve. Then I'll go ahead and establish all these energies over here. Now I'm not gonna switch yet. Okay, I'm generally not gonna switch yet. I'm just gonna attach all that. I have guaranteed knockout, but I'm not gonna switch yet. I'm also just gonna grab the Dedenne because I need a strong follow-up. Because my opponent Dedenne-GX, I just need more energies on this Lapras. Yeah, that's all I need. More energies on Lapras VMAX is absolutely all I need. Enough to 1-KO this guy. So I have, how many do I need? 6, 18 plus 9, I need 7. I need 7 to be able to 1-KO that guy, so I'm still 1 short. I am still 1 short. It's okay though, it's generally okay. And then I go like this, and I'm gonna keep this boss just in case I need it for next turn. Just gonna go ahead and G-Max bump 270, 10 short of the knockout. But it's looking very likely that I get the knockout. And I free up a Frosmoth from the prices, nice. High school sucks, golden gumi. You know what? I get why you say that. And I remember when I was your age and I thought high school sucked. But now that I'm 32 years old and I remember, like, every adult tells you, oh no, but those are the best times, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, my opponent top decked that church full 100%. I wish I was, I definitely, I wouldn't mind being back in high school. I don't wish I was back in high school, but I definitely wouldn't mind. Good times, yeah, high school was good times. Okay, so we fully expect my opponent to GX here. If my stadium doesn't get replaced, I have the knockout. Worst case scenario is my opponent plays a boss, which and brings up this guy and we don't find a switch, right? That is worst case scenario because then we wouldn't be able to attack. I already had to use a switch, so that would be worst case scenario. What is my stance on the banned ADP, Golden Gumi? So I'm a realist, if you will, and I absolutely do not think Pokemon will ban ADP. So I like using ADP, I have fun using it, I like the card, I've had success with it, so I don't mind it at all. But I understand why it's so good and why people want it banned. But the thing is, once they ban ADP, or if they ban ADP, then there will be another card people will complain about, right? And then afterwards there will be another card people will complain about, and so on and so forth. So there's always something wrong. Oh my god, that's the 3rd hammerheads my opponent has flipped. Now I don't have knockout. That's the 3rd hammerheads in a row my opponent has flipped. Yeah, that's the 3rd hammerheads my opponent has flipped. Okay, so because of that hammerhead, like, I need to get a KO this turn. And I can't get a KO on this guy. But that guy should remain in the active, right? That guy should absolutely remain in the active. Therefore, I'm just gonna knock this guy out, okay? And then my opponent can KO whatever he wants. I get energies, that is good, right? That is good. I'm just gonna take this KO. Yeah? And then I can win by knocking out ADP. ADP will be the active Pokemon, so I'm not super concerned about that. A 4th Crushing Hammerhead flip, that would be an issue. You're holding that I can be punished by existing with some decks? Golden Gumi, what do you mean? Sorry, I didn't quite get that. What do you mean you can be punished by existing with some decks? Like, yeah, ADP, just by existing, it gatekeeps some decks. But I don't know, overall, I think it's, like, whether I want it banned or not doesn't matter. It's not going to get banned anyway, so That's the thing. Yeah, that's the big issue, if you will. Okay, please don't find the hammer. Right? Please, please, please just don't find the hammer. Please just don't find the hammer. And if you do, just flip tails. Yeah, you flipped 3 heads already. You've already flipped 3 heads, just don't flip heads. Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, that's definitely true. Like, you need Dedenne and Crobat for consistency in every deck, but oh, there's the boss. Darn it. Oh wow, but he brought up the wrong. Oh, okay, no, he's just trying to take the KO. So if he was gonna do it this way, why not attack me with the mobile to force me to have boss to win the game rather than yeah, that was poorly done by my opponent. Yeah, that was very poorly done by my opponent. That was very, very poorly done by my opponent. Okay, so I have 5, 11, 12, 13. So I only have 1 energy left. I do need 7, 300 damage. That's enough. Yeah, so now we just win. Now we just win. I could get fancy and attach the extra energies. I don't need to. I just need a water. I do 300 damage and we beat the ADP, the broken ADP deck. Generally because my opponent didn't play it optimally. I would have needed to Dedenne change, right? I would have needed to thin my deck as much as possible, Dedenne change in order to find a possibly a boss if he attacked me with mobile. So that was a mistake on my opponent's part. But yeah, I like this deck. I actually like this deck. I like how it flowed. I like its potential. It can definitely be clunky, of course, with so many energies, but that is something that you have to live with, right? Ian, thank you so much for the M&M. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. And alrighty, so that's gonna be it for Lapras VMAX. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna be moving on to our next deck, which will be Altaria Kangaskhan. Don't go anywhere.